Or if Phoenix can't get it, but over the trajectory that's what happened this second. How do you channel that kind of madness to kind of cancel it away so the players can focus and leave the stuff, especially in the second half, just started to click off for you guys?
Yeah, just again bring them together and challenge them to focus. And they were locked in tonight, and so they weren't going to let outside craziness distract them from serving each moment, doing their jobs each possession, and staying together. So yeah, like I just liked our response at the end of the second quarter. It could have gone the other way. We responded, and then to start the second half and that whole second half, it was a good response.
Coach Hayward had 8 points on that. You talk about how she set the tone for the quarter with those 4 points and kind of how she's been performing well.
Yeah. Yep. She's been just a great spark off the bench, and have utilized her in a variety of ways. But number one, it's her pace and the tempo at which she plays, and she can push the ball, whether she's playing at the guard or the forward position, and then gives us another facilitator from a different position. So you saw her get out in transition, everyone running with her, and then with the ball in her hands, she can make some good reads when we have action going on around her. So just gives us another dimension to our offense. So excited for what she's done and what she's been able to bring to our locker room and on the floor.
Just you would like her to more
whatever we need in those circumstances. So Maisha out for a little bit, so that's the opportunity that presented itself right there. But she'll plug in, and it's fun to have players like that are kind of like Swiss Army knives, and you can just plug them in and utilize them.
Yeah. Anyone else?
One of you was Bailey on the defensive side, especially stepping in without Aisha.
Yeah, just a toughness and a desire, being undersized and playing against some of the best players, offensively in the world, just a compete and a, smart in terms of playing tendencies, and then also being straight up around the rim and being disciplined. So she puts herself in good positions early to be able to allow herself to compete and stay in place. And then it's just a good system defender too. So when she's off the ball, can really just help to bring organization on that side of the floor as well.
And what overall did you like about the team's defensive execution? Seattle's sort of slower.
Yeah, I mean, they struggled tonight, right? Missing, their emotional leader in Skylar and a big presence on the floor. But I liked that we competed for 40 minutes and we stuck with it for 40 minutes. So I thought we did some good things, right? Like they just don't take a lot of threes. It's not in their DNA. So I thought we did a good job protecting the paint and challenging them to beat us from the outside.
Okay, we'll switch to Zoom. Go with Rob.
Thank you. Rob Tianson from the Podium Finish. Coach, you mentioned before the break that the key word for the second half of the season was urgency. So what does it mean to see your team come out tonight with that urgency and respond with contributions up and down the roster, and trust that both your starters and bench can execute your game plan on the big road game 3 like tonight?
I'm not sure we started the game with urgency, but we responded with urgency. So that was great to see. Yeah, and again, it's not urgency in feeling tight and pressured. We got to win games. We got to win games. No, what I'm asking for is urgency in each moment, in each possession, in each action of what we're trying to accomplish. So really trying to get them to focus small and think less, and to be able to free up their ability to go play. So I like that we stick to it. We fight. We stay together. And then in the third quarter, you saw like when we can get stops and run and you can get out in transition, like this team is fun to watch and we can play in the open floor.
Okay, we'll go to Kelly.
Coach, I mean, how impressed were you defense when you held them to under 31% for the entire game and 27 points in the second half? And how key were the three-point and bench for y'all tonight?
Some of it, but yeah, I mean, they didn't shoot particularly well. We'll credit some of that to our defense and our ability. I thought we made some smart player personnel decisions. Again, I thought we enticed them to take some jumpers out on the perimeter. I think they missed a bunch of layups, which we're used to here. So, the ball bounces your way sometimes there. But again, I do think for the most part that we made some smart decisions and we competed like crazy on that side of the floor, got contests, and then did our best to finish possessions and run.
The last one, the DJ.
Coach, you had 9 players with at least 3 rebounds and 4 players with at least 3 assists. How much of an area of emphasis was that going into the game?
Yeah, we're talking a lot about sharing the ball and shot selection. And so I love it when you look at the stat sheet and you see multiple players with multiple assists. And then as far as the rebounding goes, all we talk about is gang rebounding and how it requires everybody. We can't just rely on our post players, especially when we try to get disruptive in certain areas of the floor and we're asking our posts to come away from the rim. Now we're in scramble mode, so it's really putting pressure on our guards to have to go rebound. It's a group effort. I thought Dejanay came in and gave us some presence on the glass, especially. So yeah, it's a group effort. So encouraged again and excited to continue to learn and grow and improve day in and day out.
Thanks, everybody.